Welcome to the Truck Stop Podcast, where we provide education through conversation. I'm happy to be here today with my guys, with my people, with my family. What's happening, brothers? Mr. Malcolm Smith and Mr. Ferdinand Risco. Gentlemen, what's going on today?
Nothing much, man. Just excited to be here, giving information, education, and it's just keep the industry going, man, and keep educating people so people could become better entrepreneurs. If it's better drivers, whatever it is you are to the industry, we want to provide education so you can be the best at that. So.
Excellent. Well, Mal, let me go ahead and jump on this right now. Let's go ahead and tell the people. My guy, Mr. Malcolm Smith, has officially is in the process of launching. They're there, and he is the founder and CEO of the National Dump Trucking Association, which is the first national organization that represents dump truck drivers across the country. My brother, let me give it to you right now. Well, I wish I had the clap machine up in there.
Yes.
We'll be screaming for you and all that. But brother, congratulations. I know we've been talking about it for a couple years. Major feat. You and your team have been working hard behind the scenes, putting this thing together. So real quick, before we dive into our stuff, just kind of tell everybody, like, what is the NDTA, the National Dump Trucking Association? What are you guys doing? What are y'all specializing in? And tell us what makes the NDTA so unique.
Well, what the NDTA, why it's so unique is because it encompasses three pillars that we stand by: as education, access to resources, and opportunities. So pretty much have built the ecosystem for dump trucking, and that's our motto: the ecosystem for dump trucking excellence. And if you're a newcomer who doesn't know much, you want more information on dump trucking, but you don't really know. You want to get into the business, but don't really know. We have a comprehensive education platform. I mean, I'm talking about we have the top tier education platform, and we have courses, educational webinars. We have a podcast. We any education around dump trucking, you will have it. And we're definitely gonna keep increasing. Like Mr. Risco is gonna come on and provide some education about contracts and bidding and stuff as well for the association. And we're definitely excited. We have safety and compliance guy we just added, who is, oh my God, man.
Well, he's top notch. He's top notch.
He's teaching me stuff about what I should have been doing in my company, and I thought I was top tier. But we have it's the resources though. We have partnered with some of the best resources I think in the country for is insurance. We're working on a fuel program. We have Mr. Risco is going to provide a resource for his government contracting and helping you, walk you through how to bid, preparing you and setting you up the right way to bid. Because you have to look a certain part. Your company has to look a certain way before you get opportunities like that. So and the opportunities that we're bringing to the table for is with the DOT and some local government, state, federal. We're
keeping them busy.
Yes,
keeping them busy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, brother. I'm proud of you, man. I know how hard you're working. I know how hard you're brainstorming with the team back there. And we talked about a few years ago. Hey, man, own this dump truck space, man.
Yes,
own it.
That's right.
And it's needed. Look, I just like, man, it's more naked than the 18-wheeler sector. Just as far as just what's not there.
And
no one is focused on it.
And that's why I decided to do it. I started a Facebook group called Dump Truck of Atlanta, and I started just looking in the group, and I just noticed everybody kept saying they wanted more education and information. And that's what kind of sparked me to start providing videos about education on the dump truck industry, because there was nothing out there. And then that led me to doing consultations with people. And I just saw how, I'm not going to use the word scared, but people were apprehensive with jumping into the dump truck industry because you don't have a mentor. You don't have anybody to grab your hand and walk you through getting your business together. And that at NDTA is what we really are going to do, is walk you all the way through the steps to you know, from you not knowing anything to getting you in the truck, getting your business set up the right way first.
That's
getting
right.
your logo, getting you marketing, and just walking through the steps. And it's no rush. You take your time, get everything together, and then once we get you all polished up, you're gonna be ready to get access to those opportunities that we were talking about. So
awesome. Well, brother, we're gonna be. I know at some point in the future, we're going to be putting more of a spotlight on the organization and your upcoming events that you're going to be hosting, a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
And people, you know, so people will learn how to come about, how to find out if you're in the dump trucking space in that sector, how to get more information on becoming a member and being
stay tuned. Stay
tuned.
tuned. We're gonna start dropping some information about our lunch event that we're gonna have in April. That's when membership will go active. But stay tuned. Please tap in. We have social media pages. We're still trying to tighten up the website. We have a website. We're still just trying to tighten it up. But just stay tuned. We will get all the information out there to you for membership. And if you can't make the event, we will live stream it so you can still get access to membership when it opens. So
awesome. So today,
that's all right.
Yeah. So we getting ready to peel the onion back on the trucking industry today, man. You know, we're gonna peel the onion back on the trucking industry. You know, I'm not beholden anymore to corporate America. So, you know, I don't wear suits no more. So I'm talking the talk now, and I'm a different dude. I'm on the other side now. So I'm spilling all the game. And one of the things this show is entitled "The Trucking Industry Exposed: The Truth About Lease Purchase Programs." And the reason why we want to touch this topic and educate, because over the years I've seen all sides of this, and I've seen how this works to the benefit of the carriers, and how it always works to the detriment of these owner operators and the drivers aspiring to be owner operators. And I want to talk about the truth about lease purchase programs. And for those of you who don't know what that looks like, we're going to tell you today. We're going to talk about this. We're going to give you the real skinny on this and talk about this. The first thing I want to talk about, the mindset of drivers and people. I want to talk about the mindset of drivers and people. First of all, drivers. We get into the industry and we're drivers, and then we aspire to climb the ladder. And the ladder is only so far that you can do in this trucking thing. You know, a company driver, owner operator, then start to become a carrier and climbing that ladder. And there's a desire to be my own boss. We've been sold to become the owner operator because my money increases. And sometimes we can want something so bad that we refuse to see anything else. And that's a danger. That's a danger. I had a client that I was working with. She wanted to own a truck so bad. And she was just, you know, she's seen people, the perception of people making money in this industry. And she just wanted a truck. And it was at all cost. At all costs, I want this truck. At all costs. And like, you can't tell them nothing. I don't want to cuss. Father, forgive me. But you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them nothing. You just can't get through. And you're trying to tell them, well, beware of this pitfall, beware of that, beware of that. And they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear none of that. And they just blindly run. I got some folks, man, that I work with. I've told them about, you tell them about a bad deal. You tell them about, but they want a truck. They want to say that they're owner of a truck so bad till they're going to get that truck at all costs.
They out here watching these folks on Instagram and YouTube, all these gurus.
Bruh, listen,
that ain't never owned a truck, ain't never seen a truck, don't know nothing about it.
Look, I've you know, since I've been retired, I've been off the radar for a few years. I've watched all these, everybody coming out with the, you know, I ain't knocking nobody's hustle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna knock nobody's hustle, but all these folks out here, all the master classes and all these experts done came. I didn't know we had all this many experts out here in the industry like that, man, that was gifted like that. And you got people out here selling stuff to folks that they themselves have never done. They've never accomplished some of the stuff they selling folks and trying to tell people how to do that. In other words, they ain't got them receipts like that, dog. They ain't got them receipts like that.
That's right.
But again, I ain't knocking nobody's hustle. But today we're going to talk about what real pimping looks like. We're going to talk about what real pimping looks like. And this is because, trucking is, man, this is probably the most brutal, cutthroat industry I've ever seen, man. You talking about folks, everybody. Look, I've seen it from the time I came into the game. I saw folks getting jugged. I'm talking about straight getting jugged, like no mercy, getting jugged. And this is just a common part of the game.
That's why. I think that's why, I appreciate the chance to sit and talk with you brothers and give them the skinny, give them the real deal. Because folks need to be educated. And if you haven't done it, I tell all my clients, well, you want me to send you my resume? All you got to do is just look at the resume, right? And it is what it is. I'll let you decide. But, you can't be talking about trucking if you ain't in trucking.
And the biggest part is it's the mindset of a lot of folks. And let me tell y'all something. And this is for people who are trying to get into the industry, people that are that are looking to invest, people that are trying to come into the industry, and even guys that are drivers that have been out here driving and you're trying to elevate. The best thing you could do is find somebody with real experience.
Yeah.
Find somebody with real experience at what it is you're trying to accomplish. That's the best thing you can is invest in that and getting someone with real experience. Because when I say real experience, let me clarify that, because there's this thing that people get like, I've had people come into my office over the years. I'm going in business with my cousin or with my uncle. He's been in the industry for 30 years. Okay, what have you been doing? Been a driver. But then you said you was trying to build a company.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I get so many people. Coming to me and say, "Yeah, can you help me get into the dump truck industry?" I'd be like, "Okay," and then they say, "Oh, I'm not driving. I got my homeboy or my friend or my, you know what I'm saying?" It's like, man, you just don't know what you're doing, And a lot of times they may have just gotten their CDLs, and it's like, man, you're putting the keys of your business into someone that's inexperienced, and
they don't know. This is like I said, this is high risk business.
Yes,
and the best thing you could do is just get a mentor, and get somebody. Pay for this. My coach once said to me, and he dropped this on me a few years back about a class we was talking about doing when he first convinced me to teach a master class. And he said, "How much does a truck cost?" I said, "Well, a decent truck out here, good, decent truck, about 50 grand plus up. He said, "So people are willing to spend $50,000 to get a truck in an industry that has a 90+% failure rate, and they won't spend $4,000 or $5,000 to take a master class to come and learn how to build a company the right way." You know what I'm saying? Like really, from someone who really knows what, like this is the mindset. So
yeah, it's when you talk about building a company, that's the key, right? You take the technical expert, the operator or the driver. That's a different set of skills than it is to run a business.
Right.
So to go back what you said about making sure that person has a real experience, I'll say this, and social media, man, has watered down the term master class. It's almost like I'm tired of hearing it, like master class that, like, and so you people, there was a wave of when you can get some people to sign up for a master class easy, but now I think people caught on to that stuff to where now it's like, who?
I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it. Because remember, I was the first person to ever do a logistics masterclass.
I agree.
I was the first one to ever do it. Malcolm, you was in it. You remember when I launched it?
I was.
And mine is different. Mine is a 6-month course.
Yes.
It's a 6-month course. It ain't just because let me tell
industry
you,
experts coming in.
Look, let me tell y'all something. But before we dive into this, let me look, man, y'all folks, listen to me. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. We go to school. We go to school for 4 years to get a degree to go work for some damn body. Listen to what I'm saying. We go to school for 4 damn years to get a degree to work for someone. You think you can go build a business with just a few hours of training? Who can teach you that? Why are we so delusional to think that that's even possible? And this is what I've recognized in regards to education and in regards to how we train and teach people in the industry. It's unreal. You're not going to learn all that it takes to build a corporation because that's your real vision in a class, in a day, in a week, or even in a month. I just spent 6 months doing consulting sessions for people and realized after 6 months, I got to give you another 6 months. You know what? I'm going to give you another 6 months for free because you know what? You're not ready to go build a company.
That's right.
You're not ready to go build a company. This is real talk. And people think we want it so instantly. It's delusional. And this is a tough industry that we playing in. So we think we're going to get all the skills, all the leadership, all the everything that's really needed to go ahead and build a corporation in the way that we envision it. That's a joke, man. That's a joke. Yeah. So the fact that we're out here telling people that and we're selling people that, look, like I say, I ain't trying to mess up nobody's hustle, but y'all need to stop it. They need to stop it. It ain't real.
They out here telling folks to take your tax return and go buy a truck and start a business
and start a business. Come on, man. Come on. Let me show you how to do this. You can do it like that. And my point is, ain't none of them done it. That's my whole point. Half it. Look, again, I don't call no names. I don't do none of that. I don't knock nobody's hustle. But they recognize the formula and something. Look, I even had people. This is just how this thing happens out here. The class that I taught, people literally came and took my class and took my book and went and tried to duplicate and teach my class. I've just seen it. I've seen it all up and down. I've seen it up and down. I've seen it up and down. Right. I went out to Dallas, man, and went and worked with some folks out there to do a class out there. And the guy who was hosting the class, they got my book, and then they turned around and tried to teach my class. And I saw it online. I saw the advertisement online, and it was verbatim. It was verbatim my talking points, like verbatim. Yeah. Like, man, please, like it's sad, but there's pimping all up and down the trucking industry. And it is as a result of us not being educated and us not taking the time to go get the education, the right education to go do this right. We want to go from, as my grandma would say, excuse my language, from sugar to shit, or the other way around.
2.2 seconds.
And we want instant everything, and it's just not real, y'all. There's a price to pay. There's a price to pay. For success.
You're gonna pay one way or another, right?
You're gonna pay one way or another.
You either pay through time and mistakes, and the mistakes in this industry are costly. Like we're talking about five-figure mistakes on just the slight ones. So pay up front. Pay up front and be smart about it. Make an investment instead of paying the bill.
They don't want to do that, bro. They don't want to do that. I'm telling you,
they don't. That's why they're here. That's why they're here.
You think so? You think so?
I think they hear, they know, and if they don't know, they're gonna know. What they say, you're gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn today. Look,
let's I also just say let's go ahead and dive into it because I really want to get into this topic because it's.
So we finna hit it. So here we were just talking about the mindset. So let's talk about first this aspect of the pimping game. All right. Mm-hmm. So how big carriers buy trucks. So I want to talk about how they first purchased their trucks.
Yeah.
The Walmarts of the world, the Snyders, the JB Hunts, their fleets are massive. So they're buying a lot of trucks. So they go to, because I had one of the largest manufacturers in the country as a corporate sponsor and partner. I've been behind the scenes. I know what they're telling me. Like I'm talking about one of the biggest truck players in the game. Their parent company was one of my, and I was told how they go out and they go to these large corporations and they sell them those trucks a little above cost. Because remember, they're buying thousands. All right, they're buying thousands. So they buy those trucks. They get those trucks at a rate that you or I could never even sniff because they're buying so many of them. All right, they take those trucks. Let's say if I go out and I get 1,000 trucks, 1,000 brand new 2024 trucks. I take them and I'm going to put those trucks on my best lanes. I'm going to put them on the lanes where they're going to produce the most profit for me. And we're going to run. Remember, brand new trucks, so we don't have no problems. They're already in fleet maintenance programs. Everything ain't nothing. Brand new trucks, I can run them. Those trucks will be paid off within a year. 6 months to a year, they're going to be paid off. They're going to be paid off. Remember, not the same price we pay for them. Not the same price we pay for them. Nowhere close to the same price. A little above cost. You know what I'm saying? So now those trucks are paid off within 6 months to a year. Now, after I got a truck paid off, everything is to the pocket. Now I run it a little bit. It's to the pocket. So now let's say I run that truck to 200,000-300,000 miles. All right. I paid it off early. I'm putting a couple 100,000 miles, and that's straight to the pocket. Straight to the pocket. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. All right.
Yeah.
So now, with a portion of those trucks, the manufacturer buys them back. They'll buy them back from them so they could get some more new trucks. And go, and you know what I'm saying? They'll buy them back. And what the manufacturer's going to do.
The old trade-in game.
Right. What the manufacturer's going to do, they're going to get those trucks back. They're going to polish them up, put new tires on them, clean them up, and then they're going to go and take them and stick them on their used truck lots across the country. And that's where we come to get them. Right at the point where they start having problems at that 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 mile thing, when we go to the lot and see the used truck and they got it shiny and it's all, boy, it looks good and we want it, we go get it, and that's where we drive it off and we start having problems with it. We got to.
But Kev, it's only 25 grand. Bro, it's only 25 grand. Come on.
Bro, listen. Here's the pimping.
Right. That's where it stopped.
Here's the pimping. So now
you can have it today for the low price.
For this right here. So here's where the other part of it is. The other part of that fleet. Those carriers will take those fleets and then to the owner operator, to the driver, they'll now say, you can get in this truck. Little or no down payment. Here's your note. You can have it paid off and own this truck in 2 to 3 years. All right. 2 to 3 years. You can own this
24
truck.
to 36 right? months.
Yeah. You can own this truck. Yeah, you can own it. You can own this truck 2 to 3 years. So we're excited. So now let's just say if some of these companies, because some of them let you, if you've been working with them and they, you can may be able to get in there with no down payment, but require you to put something down. So now they got a down payment coming in from you. So now let's look at the many ways they're going to make money off of this truck. Pimping 101. Down payment.
Yeah.
Then there's the truck note. All right. Then there's insurance, because these carriers are all self-insured. Okay. So that you're running under their insurance program. So they're writing this. All right. Then they have other fees. And guess what? They're taking all of this off the top, because you know why? You're leased on to them. And here's the catch. Here's the catch about the lease purchase deal. You can't go nowhere with the truck. You can't go anywhere. You got to pull their freight for the next 2 to 3 years that lease is there. The only way you can take this truck is if you got to pay it off, then you can take it. But other than that, you got to stay right here and pull my freight. So not only are they making money on the truck note, on the truck insurance, other fees, and the freight, their freight that you're pulling.
Because it's always their broker too.
And they got a broker, and they their own brokerage division. So you're making them money hands over fist. So now let's analyze all those ways they're making money. So let me just give it to you straight. This is in essence what you're doing for them. This is in essence what you're doing for them. You're paying them a profit and you're covering all their overhead and expenses of that truck for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying them a profit, and you're covering all their overhead and expenses for that truck because you're pulling their freight.
That's right.
Are you really making that much more money?
So you're saying you're pretty much saying they're making money off the truck note, the insurance, because they have their own, they insure themselves, as well as the freight as well. So you're
listen, and let me tell you what you have no idea. Let me tell you what you have no idea. You have no idea how much they're getting for the freight they bidding on. You have no idea because they're probably not paying you a percentage of the freight. You're getting a mileage rate. You're getting miles, and they jugging you. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. And one day I'm going to do a whole comparison between getting paid a percentage of the load versus a per mile. And you did that's a whole nother conversation, and very few people do that because that requires transparency, load transparency, and that's not happening. Nobody's doing that out here. So let's just get back to the pimp game. Yeah, let's just get back to the old pimp game.
You can't do that off the load board.
No. Let's just get back to the old other side of the pimp game. So they're getting all those different ways. So when you first get the truck, you're running. They're giving you quality loads. You're busy. You seeing that bread. That bread is looking good. Wife's happy, family's happy. You're doing you're doing well. You're doing well for yourself. Now, eventually, truck's going to start having problems. All right, truck having problems. You got to pay for that. Tires blow. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for that. And keep in mind, everything's coming out. Fuel, everything's coming out of your settlement every single week. Truck breaks down, they may let you hold something to fix it. It may, it just depends. You may be able to get something. If you got something in escrow or whatever the case may be, they'll let you hold something to fix it. They may help you get it fixed, but they're taking that money out of your settlement. Now, here's what happens, and especially if the loads start to decrease, bad week, and the closer you get to paying off that truck, sometimes, and I'm not saying every company does this, but look, cats out here know what I'm talking about. Cats, because I've been on the phone with many of you crying. You know what I'm talking about. When loads start slowing down, you got a truck breakdown, next thing you know, you're in the hole. You look up 1 week, you $500 in the negative. What do you mean $500? It means I'm not bringing home a check, honey. And as a matter of fact, I owe them $500.
Yeah.
And now that hole gets bigger every week because now you go out here and run. And guess what? Because I'm in the hole, I got to get more fuel. I got to get more this. And if my truck breaks down again, then guess what? I still got truck note. Truck breaks down. I still got to pay these folks a truck. Everything I still owe them. They still got money that they're going to take out. They're going to take insurance out. They're going to take all this stuff out off the top. You don't get to control none of that. You're in the hole even deeper. And God forbid, you out there, you ain't got no money while you're out there on the road. And then you need to take little daily advances to eat while you're out there on the road. They'll let you get that. Because now the hole gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and you can't get out the hole. And then I've seen guys in these lease purchase deals that were running for months and never brought home a check.
Yeah.
Because the hole gets that deep. And the guys out here, they know what I'm talking about. They know what it is to be running in the negative in these lease purchase programs. And the next thing you know, and then some of these companies, and I can't say all of them, but some of these companies will start to, because the closer you get to paying that truck off, they start cutting them loads down, dog. Cutting them loads down. Yeah. They know they got you by the throat. Now, you home, the wife saying, oh no, player, how long do you think you're going to be able to do this? Mama raising hell. Mama, you can't keep coming home with no check now. What you talking about? We got a mortgage here to do. We got the kids. We got this. We got that. Can't keep doing this. You 2 years into paying off this truck. And the thing is, they got you because you don't want to walk away from that. You don't want to walk away from that. You don't want to walk away from this truck, but you got to. And then ultimately, when you walk away, you know what they're gonna do with the truck?
Don't tell me turn around and do it the same.
They're gonna turn around and give it. They're gonna turn and do it all over again. They're gonna turn.
You know they got a waiting list.
Yeah. No.
They got folks waiting.
This is the pimp game, and it's so prevalent across the industry. It's so prevalent across the industry, and the industry has been doing this for years. They've been doing this for years. They've been taking advantage of drivers and people that aspire to be owner operators. And let me say this. I'm about to just be a brother. I'm just about to speak. Let me just speak. Don't get mad at the pimp, y'all. Don't get mad at the pimp for pimping, because pimps do what pimps do. Don't get mad at the pimp, man. Don't get mad at the pimp. You know, my daddy once told me something as a young entrepreneur, just as a young man. He said, son, you only get screwed if you let yourself get screwed. Those are not his exact words. He used another word, but I think we understand what he was implying, what he was saying. I take responsibility for the things that happen to me. I take responsibility for putting myself in a position to get played. And this is what I'm saying to everybody. It goes back to what I said at the beginning of this conversation. People want something so bad, and you can sit and tell them. I know people that I've told them, don't get in this lease purchase deal. Don't go out there and do that. And they just wanted to say they own a truck so bad. They wanted to have it so bad. Because when you're a truck driver, man, and you're a truck at heart, man, when you in it, like I got people in my family, man, they love this. They love this game, man. Like this, they are truckers through and through. That truck, man, is you know, boy, that's your baby. That's your thing. And having your own, you know what I mean? That's monumental. That's a big deal. That's an accomplishment.
And it feels like they're successful.
And it feels like I've accomplished something, and I get it. But that's the part of the human mind. And I've been guilty of it as an entrepreneur. You can want something so bad that you can't hear nothing else. You can't hear nothing else nobody's saying. You want something you can't hear. No, I'll make it work. Like, man, don't do that. Don't get in that deal. That ain't no. I'll make it work.
I remember when I first met you, one of the first things you taught me was like never to fall in love with the equipment. Never to fall in love with equipment. Like really pay attention to your business. Like, what are the numbers saying? You know, sometimes that truck may be the one killing your business. You know, and maybe you gotta pivot or do something else. But I've always taken that, to heart, because you will. So when I first got started, when I had my what I call Big Blue, it was an 18-wheeler. I fell in love with that truck, even though that truck was draining it was draining the crap out of me, man. Like I'm talking about, man, it was a 92 Freightliner, and this was year 2017. So you do the math, 92, 2017. That truck stayed in the shop, but I couldn't detach from it because I loved it so much. But I just kept remembering that in my head, like don't fall in love with equipment, because
no, man. Let me tell you what I discovered. And like I said, there's ways to start to get into the game and know the levels of the game, and you get started, you get in it. But let me tell y'all something I recognize at truck 20. My partner and we got the truck 20. We're looking at how much money we were spending in fuel every day. Let me tell you when it really hit. When we had to hire our own mechanic, at that point, we're like, okay, we're spending a lot of money. When you see fuel bills quickly reach $100,000, you know what I mean? In a month's time or so, we're spending money. You're looking up and there's always something breaking down. There's always something breaking down. There's always tires. There's always this. And I was telling my partner, like, hey, man, we spending all our money in these damn fixing these damn trucks, man. It's just constant. It's constant. It's never. And then I realized that's when the light went off in my head. I started thinking, I went and got my brim and with the feather and the long coat and the Cadillac, because I'm about to start pimping. I was like, man, what? I don't want to own no trucks no more. And I realized all my drivers wanted to be owner operators. And that's when you realize, hey, yo, you create a lease purchase program. You create a lease purchase program. And in essence, if I got a fleet of trucks, there are times when it's beneficial, but there's times when it's not. And you have to know the difference. Very few people know the difference. You got to know the difference. When I can sit and say, if I've got 10 trucks, let's say I'm a small car, I got 10 trucks. I flip those to a lease purchase deal. I can promise you, if you do the numbers, your profit margin will be greater if I did a lease purchase and let 10 drivers buy these trucks from me over time than if I took on the expenses of fixing, repairing, fuel, insurance, everything that comes along with owning that truck. I promise you, my headache is a lot less. And what I teach in my class, and we're going to do a show on this, how to build a multi-million-dollar trucking company in a year. Man, listen, it's about not owning trucks.
Yeah,
it's about not owning trucks. And I'm here to tell you, you want to build, you want to grow. I keep telling people the key to success in this game, if you're not selling, if you're not going out here directly getting your shippers, the key is who knows how to sell and market their business and who can be the best entrepreneur and who can manage and run their business properly.
That so here you go. Here you go, telling all the secrets again.
Hey man, hey,
here you go. You hearing Malcolm? He dropping these gems. I hope folks are picking them up. I hope they're picking them up. If you don't sell and you're not watching your assets, man, you got to make that decision. Leasing can be good, but you've got to know your business in order to know if that's a good choice for you. Because if not, there's too many people that will take advantage of you.
That's right. That's right. Look, man, I've just said it so many times. We're delusional, and and I talked about this in a previous episode, me and Malcolm, man, about leadership and different things of that nature. Man, listen. Hold on 1 second here. I'm sorry here. One of the problems, people get in their own way. I spent a lot of time talking about people not staying in their lane. And people sometimes are their own worst enemy. And what I mean by that is just not listening. Not listening. Man, find somebody who knows what they're doing and listen. Find somebody who's accomplished this, who's done it at the high level, and go get that knowledge. Go get whatever it takes. Go spend the money and get the knowledge. And let me tell you something. I'd say this all the time, especially Black folks. I'm just keeping it a buck because I know if there's a lot of y'all listening to me out there, and just people, period. People don't want to pay for consultants. People don't want to pay for advisors. People don't want, and you said it earlier, Ferdinand, you're going to pay one way or another. In this industry, you're going to pay.
That's right.
Pay it up front. Go find and understand. Find someone who's accomplished that which you're setting out to do at the level you're setting out to do it. Don't tell me you've been a truck driver 30 years. You ain't built a company. You really can't help me. You can tell me how to get my CDLs. You can tell me how to go out here and might be able to tell me how to get my authority, but how to build a multi-million-dollar company, how to go where I'm trying, man, not if you still driving a truck. I ain't trying to shit up, but not if you still driving a truck. You can't tell me how to do that other thing up there. I need to find somebody who's done that thing. Show me how to do that thing right there. That you've done. Show me how to do that. Malcolm, show me how you got them trucks. Show me how you put this organization together. Show me how you built your company. Mr. Risco, show me how do I go bid on contracts? You've been on all sides of this. Show me how to do that. You got receipts. Show me how to do that. I need that. I need somebody at your level to tell me and show me, and I got to be willing to pay for it. Because I'm going to say this. Why would somebody else invest in you if you're not willing to invest in your damn self?
That's true.
That's what my coach told me.
What?
that was his. Also, you want me to spend my time, effort, energy, and expertise, and you don't want to pay? I said, oh no.
Yeah. Why should somebody come and invest in you, and you're not willing to invest in yourself?
That's right.
Just straight up. I mean, but the sad part about this industry is that I've seen so much backstabbing and pimping at every level. The industry is ruthless. The industry is ruthless. So, truckers, owner operators, drivers, man, pay attention. Pay attention. Slow down. Another thing, read your contracts and your agreements. Read your contracts and your agreements. I can't even tell you how many cats out here. We want to talk about that. This is what's waiting for you in trucking. We're talking about the industry exposed. Here's what's waiting for you in trucking. It's somebody waiting to cut your throat, somebody waiting to steal from you, take from you something. It's laced at every level. You go lease onto a small company. If you don't know what you're doing, they're getting you. I promise you they're getting you. You may not know you're getting got, but you're getting got.
Yeah.
99 out of 100 companies are robbing you. It's unfortunate. I hate to say it, but I've met very few trucking company owners that are really just doing right by their people. There's a few. There's some. I don't want to say, there's some, but most people, they're just not. It's just not right. And this industry is just full of it. Half the people that have come to me that I'm consulting for were people that were owner operators that were leased on, that were getting robbed. Drivers like the dude that I got into trucking with, that was brother I went to school with. I used to see him just rob his drivers every week doing payroll. And I just like, why? Because that's just what people do. That's just what people do. So you got to know.
It's sadly, particularly in that lease space, it's so much room for folks to be predatory, right? And then they draw you in with, the little to no down payment. I remember the first car I bought. The guy was selling it to me. He was like, "Well, how much can you afford?" I was like, "Oh, I could do about $450 a month." Well, what you think my payment was? $444.12.
Wow.
It took me right to, but I didn't know any better, right? And it's the same thing in these, and did I go read? No, I didn't read and spent 12% interest. All of these things add up. And there's so many folks that are predatory out there that you just got to be careful. You got to know, you got to read, you got to find somebody that can help you. And like we mentioned before, you're going to pay. When?
Yeah.
You going to pay now or you going to pay later?
Yeah.
I was having talks with I'm not gonna say a name, but we were talking about the membership for NDTA and just what we were thinking about the pricing of that, and for roughly $1,100 a year, but it'll be a monthly membership, you can get all the educational resources. And somebody said, $1,100, you don't want to have anything cheaper? I said, if they don't have $1,000 for education to get their business going, and they don't need to be in business.
Don't need to be in business.
$1,000? I mean, that
don't need to be in business.
Yeah.
but I'm gonna tell you something else. And again, I'm in the spirit of just being very just brutally honest these days. I'm getting old and I ain't got time to lie and play around, man. I'm just keeping it real. One of the problems that bother me, man, with my folks, because I sat and I've watched it. It's not that we don't have the money. Our priorities is messed up, man. Our priorities is messed up. Our priorities is messed up. We can find money to go kick it. We can find money to be on Facebook and everywhere. Every time you look up, man, folks look like they living their life. They vacationing, they out to dinner, they at cookouts, they at the bar, they toasting, they doing it. But when it come time to invest money in the business, when it come time money to have money for your marketing, when it come time to pay for a coach or for a consultant or somebody, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. But you got money for everything else. You ain't got it. So that's why I am the way I am. And people know I got a soft heart. And when I've done it for years, I still do it now. But when I meet somebody who, they want it, they're trying to get it, and they can't afford something, I'll give it to them. Yeah. I'll give it to them. And let me tell you why. Because there's sometimes, and let me say this on the other side before I go there. If you got it, you're going to pay me. Let me just make that clear. And I know the game. I know if you got it. If you got it, you're going to pay me if you got it. But if you don't have it, because let me tell you what I can't do. And I'm just honest about this. I can't look at somebody who looks like me and tell them I can't help you. That's hard for me to do. It's hard for me to do. If you don't have it, and I know you're trying, and I see you trying to get it. I see you, and I know
but that's the piece. It's the effort, right? It's the effort. You gotta be trying. If you ain't trying and you just hustling or out here with your hand out, nah.
See, I tell people, I'm not going to invest more in you than you're willing to invest in yourself. And trust me, I see all game. Because ain't nobody got no game ain't got more game than me. I promise you, they just don't. You know what I'm saying?
You can't slick a can of oil.
Boy, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot. But just I believe in that, man. I can only pour into people what they're willing to pour into themselves, man. I see it. Look, this gentleman right here, Malcolm Smith. What I admire about this brother, man, is that he's disciplined. Listen, I've taught thousands of people. I've had thousands of people come in and take these classes, man. And I tell people, I can tell, and I got to the point I started being honest with people in my classes saying, look, ain't but maybe one of y'all in here, out of 20, 30 people, maybe one of y'all gonna do what it takes to succeed. The rest of y'all just here to spend your money. You're just here to see what it's about. The minute you get hit in the mouth, you're gonna fold up. You don't want it. You don't want it like that, man. Folks think they want it, but they don't want it like that, man. They don't want it like that. They don't realize. I tell people. I told somebody yesterday. I said, "Damn it, being an entrepreneur, you got to be wired different. You got to be a little half crazy. You know what I'm saying? We wired different.
No, you do.
We're a little crazy.
When you have a vision, like nothing else matters. Like
look, I'm tunnel vision. Yeah, I'm stuck. Yeah. I can't have you can't knock me off of this. I gotta have it. And if you don't have that type of mentality, shit, go sit down. Don't spend your money. Don't waste your time.
These folks, they want to be motivated, right? You don't need motivation. You need discipline, because you got to get up and do it. You got to get up and do it even when you don't want to.
Come on.
Them days where I don't feel like it. Come on. But the drive and the desire is when you get up anyway and you start doing what you hate to do like you like it. Bro. Until you get to where you got to get to.
And that discipline turns into like consistency. Like you waking up every day. Like it's days I wake up, I'm like, damn, I'm tired, man. Like, but I cannot not show up. I have to, because at the end of the day, I not physically look in the mirror, but you look at yourself and say, hey, did you get better today? No.
But you know what? You know what, Malcolm? And we've talked about this. This is why I don't consult no more. I don't consult no more because I recognize this past year. Look, I'll be 58. I've been teaching for a long time, and there are things that I'm still learning. And I just had a big aha moment about people over the last year. And that moment, one of those moments was just simply, everybody's not going to do this. Everybody's not built to do this.
But it goes back to what you said. One of the shows we did for us, a lot of people have things that's inside them or trauma or just things they have going on in their life that is, not allowing them to just focus.
They got issues. There's issues, unresolved issues.
Yes.
And we did a show on leadership and organizational culture. And that's what I discovered. That's what was my wake-up call was, man, we have things that are keeping us, preventing us from being the best version of ourselves. And until we deal with that, how do you think you're going to go out and build a damn business anyway? Or be the best version of yourself or lead people? That's not real, and nobody talks about that. Now, I've sat and I've done classes, and I've had people who had major issues. Like some people, it'd be childhood trauma. It's stuff stuck in your head. We got broke people. How are you going to lead people when you're broken? Like, this is stuff that nobody talks about, man. It's just real. And it makes us be. And I kept asking myself, why are people not winning? Why are we not winning in this industry? Why are we not winning in life and in business? What's wrong with us? We got issues, man. We got issues. As a culture, as a people, as a society and a world, we got issues. And the truth of the matter is, and here's what I ultimately came to understand. And I was like, wow, okay, Kevin, rest on this. Everybody's not going to be an entrepreneur.
No.
A bunch of people can come spend the money, take it. But if you don't have that thing in you, I use the reference that the little child that wants to be a singer. and they can't sing worth a damn, but they want to be a singer. So you know what I'm saying? It's like you probably might need to go do something else. You know what I mean? Because sometimes no matter how much we want it for someone, it ain't in them. They don't have that.
Sometimes you got to figure out your why, right?
Yes.
What's that thing? And it needs to be big, right? And it can't be money.
Yeah.
It can't be money, right? Because it's as much success, you get a couple dollars and all of that, but if that why ain't big enough, you'll fizzle out.
You'll fizzle out. You'll fizzle out. And that's what it is, bro. That's it right there. That why, that thing that makes you get up and go, the things that make you not hit that snooze button, that make you get up when you hurting, when you're in pain, you say, I cannot be denied. I have to have it. I gotta have it. If you don't have that dog in you, as me and Malcolm say, because we got that dog in us. You know what I'm saying? We got that dog. Right. Like I said, we mentally warped because I have my wife look at me many times like, you finna do what? Like, no. Like, I'm finna go out here and risk all of this. Like, no, the hell you're not either. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Listen, my second trucking company, after I had my first trucking company failure, I told my partner when he asked me about going to business, I said, man, if I walk back in the house and tell my wife I'm about to start another trucking company, why she gonna leave me? You know what I'm saying? She gonna divorce, but I'm gonna have to come live with you. I gotta get a job and pay these bills right now, dog. But that dog in you make you say, man, I gotta go do this. I gotta go do this. I'm willing to risk it all. And most people are not willing to do that. They want to stay in their comfort zone. They got to go, and they never. And there was a saying. They say the job, the paycheck is the thing they give you to make you forget your dreams. Man, the paycheck. Sir. The paycheck is the thing they give you that makes you forget your dreams, man. And I'm trying to tell there's a new generation out here now. Look, this is not about, there was a time where going to school and getting degrees and all that stuff was good and it worked. That ain't it now. You know, we got it. We have to think entrepreneurship, but everybody ain't built to do it though. And that's the sad part.
Yeah. I say, if I had to give one gem that, and I said it earlier, but I just want to reiterate it. If I had to give one gem that, they say, what can you give us to be successful if you just want one? It's consistency. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like if you do something enough and you keep doing it, and just pray you don't bump your head hard enough that it puts you out of business.
Check you out, yeah.
Eventually you will get it. Eventually you'll get better. Eventually you'll figure it out. And it's like it reminds me of that thing I saw on Instagram where the guy was searching for the diamond. He was on the way. All he had to go was one more time. He was struck.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's what keeps me going, because it's always every day I wake up. It's always that next day. It's like, okay, I didn't do it yesterday, but tomorrow is the day. Okay, not today, tomorrow. Then tomorrow. It's just like you got.
But you know what else is key too along the way is I always talk about learning the lessons, because it's not about something not working. Like, okay, it didn't work this way. Well, that means I won't do that again.
There you go.
That's not the way to do it. I need to try it a different way, and that's the approach you need to take. Each time you run out that door every day and you make a mistake, learn from the mistakes. It's only, listen, learn from the mistakes. As long as you learn, you keep trying until you figure it out. Let me tell you the thing about entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, when you're a real one, you know how to adjust.
Yes.
You know how to pivot.
That's the name of the game.
You know how to adjust.
That's the name of the game.
That didn't work. Well, let me flip this around the other way and let me try it this way now.
I started writing those when I had issues. I still do it. I write them down, and then I say, how did I get in this situation? What did I do wrong that led me to this situation? And then what's the solution? Because I don't want to come across this again. If it's a lesson to learn here, let me get it. So then down the road, I won't see it again. And that has helped me really to not make the same mistakes over again.
Just let me add a little bit to that, right? Not only the same mistakes twice, but when you write it down or you figure it out, sometimes you got to ask somebody. Sometimes you got to run it by somebody. And that's where you seek the knowledge, you seek the experts, you seek the advice, the coach, the mentor, whatever it is, because sometimes we do get stuck in our own head, and we do get life be life in your own way. But after that, if you find somebody that you can run that by and figure it out, you get there that much faster.
But another problem that plagues our community often sometimes is I will say our community, just people, our egos.
Yeah.
Our egos get in the way of most entrepreneurs. Oftentimes their own egos get in the way. I can't even tell you like how many people are out here in trucking. Like we did the top 10 reasons why trucking companies fail, why trucking businesses fail. And one of those is the inability to embrace technology. And I was talking to a brother out in Texas, got some trucks doing some things. And I was just asking him, like, what is he using as far as technology? And he was like, oh, no, I got it. I'm good. I got it. I'm good. And I was like, man, he's still using spreadsheets, but just so stuck. And his ego don't want to say to another black man, I share this knowledge with me. Show me how I can be better. Ego. I can't even tell you how many people I used to have come into my office, come to talk to me, but they want to sit and impress me with how much they know and how together they have it. Oh, no, I already have that. I'm already good here. I'm like, well, what the hell are you doing in my office if you know every damn thing?
I've had that as well.
Yeah, if you got all the damn answers, what you doing here?
Yeah.
Why are you here? You should be out there, damn. You know what I'm saying? Why are you here? You have all the answers. Why are you here? Let your ego go.
That's one of the first
and ask for help.
That's one of the first things. Yep. As a coach, that's one of the first things we talk about. If you know it all already, then I can't really help you. So it's okay. And you got to know which clients to take and which folks not to take, right? Don't waste my time or yours if you already got the answer.
Yeah, and listen, because there are pimps in this trucking industry. They don't all look the same. But there's pimps out here. Some are white, some are black, some are white, some are black. There's pimps out here, man. There's people out here straight pimping. What made me want to launch the association, because all I saw for the first, I don't know how many years of me being in this industry, is drivers getting jugged and no one was there to help them. Drivers getting beat up at every company I ever looked at, worked for, advised. All I saw on the back end was drivers just being ripped apart on the back end, and they had no idea. And my question just used to be why you just can't pay them fair, why you just can't take care of them, but they're constantly being taken advantage of. And my point is that my point is that I want to see. I believe that drivers are the pillar of the industry and they're the foundation, but the industry doesn't treat them that way. Right. And drivers should be taking care. I believe in taking care of them first, because if you take care of the drivers, they're going to take care of the company, and the company then, in essence, will be successful. That's leadership 101. First, take care of the drivers. Take them, elevate them up here. Take care of them. Everything else, everything is taken care of. But when you don't, because of greed, you have the things that we talked about today. How carriers are out here ripping drivers to pieces at the owner-operator level and at the driver level. And let me say this before we get ready, because we're coming up on an hour now. Truckers, when you have your independent contracts, when you sign them with a company, get somebody to look at your agreements. Get somebody to look at your contracts. Take a few minutes. Don't be in a rush. Get somebody to look at those agreements for you who just, I get it. Because oftentimes they're laid in conversation. And when y'all try to separate from these companies and they hold in your escrows, you got issues with them about your money and how they've handled and your pay. Because I've seen these things time and time and time again, man. And I say, hey, what does your contract look like? Have you read it? And 9 times out of 10, they haven't. And then they typically have you by the balls when you're in one of those situations. So just don't
if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
It is. It is indeed that. It is indeed that. So, gentlemen, this has been good. Good topic. Good topic. Like I said, if you are out here looking, let me give you a solution. If you're looking to be an owner operator, if you need to be an owner operator, go find your truck. Go find somebody maybe who's selling one. See if you can work a deal out. Go to your own financial institution, your credit union, if you can, and find and finance your own truck. Go try to finance your own truck and then lease it on somewhere. But lease purchase deals, and I'm telling you, the majority of the time, they're not really that good. They don't favor you. They don't favor you in most instances. Look it up and down, and don't be so hungry to get in a truck, man, and throw your money away like that. Don't be so hungry to do that that you just can't hear nothing and you think you're going to do something that nobody else in the industry has been able to do. And that ain't real. You're being foolish and unreasonable if you're thinking like that. Take your time, look at the deal, understand it, and determine whether or not it's good for you or not. And finally, I want to tell our listeners we have a segment called Fix My Trucking Company. If you have a trucking company and you need help, you stuck, you're struggling, and you need help, and you're willing to come on live on the show, we have all the expertise from safety and compliance to virtually operations, sales and marketing, technology. We have all the expertise on our team to help you fix and resolve your issues. So we have a segment called Fix My Trucking Company, and you need to email us at thetruckstop19. It's at the bottom of the screen. thetruckstop19@gmail.com. That is thetruckstop19@gmail.com. Email us, tell us about your problem, tell us what's going on, and not only that, leave your comments in the comment section. Tell us some of the things that you've seen, some of the things that need to be exposed in the industry, things that you're seeing out here, things you may want us to talk about. Give us your comment and give us your feedback in the comment section, and let us know what your thoughts are. But send us an email, tell us what you're having issues with, and if you're willing to come on live, we're going to bring our experts on, and we're going to help you resolve your issues with your trucking company. We would love to be able to help you out and get you on the right track, and give you some guidance. All right. And finally, want to plug our upcoming webinar. We're doing a webinar on relationship selling and how to bid on trucking contracts. We've changed the date. It will be March the 31st at 12 p.m. The link to register is in the description box below. Look down in the description box. You'll see a link for an upcoming webinar. Click on that. Got to learn how to sell, man. We're giving away the game there. How to go out, how to bid on contracts, how to put together sales program, how to sell directly to shippers. We're going to give you sales pitches. We're going to teach you how to put together sales program, how to sell, how to get in the door, how to cold call once you get in the door, how to follow up all the way to the bid. Then what does the bid look like? What does the bid process look like? We're going to show you actual live bids, trucking bids, what they look like, what answer bids look like. And we're going to show you some of the technology that is used to do bids. When you have large bids and you want to participate in them, what are the type of tools that the big boys use to submit large bids? We're going to show you all of that. And this is how you're able to go out there and sell directly to shippers and get your own customers. Get off that load board like that, man. Load board is used for backhauls. That's what the load boards were created for backhauls, not to be your everyday source of getting business. So learn how to get in the game, learn how to diversify. Brothers, y'all got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I do. I want to shout out Mr. Nathan, man. Nathan, appreciate your engagement for today, man. Hey, everything you said today has been spot on. So Nathan. Hey,
Nathan, look, Malcolm. You know who that is, right?
No, who is that?
It's Nathan and Jennifer from the masterclass.
Oh, Nate. Okay. Well, hey, what's
Remember,
up?
we were
Nathan?
just talking about
Nathan,
it. We
what's up, man? Yeah. Nathan,
I told him.
yeah.
We were just talking about it, man. Yeah. Two of my favorite people, man. Two of my favorite people, man. Love them to death. Love them to death. Him and his wonderful wife, man. Love them to death. So, all right, brother. Well, thank you. Thank you for your participation, Nathan, Grady. Brothers, I appreciate y'all. We're coming back. We're going to be coming with some real crazy but informative topics. And like we say, our thing here is we are educating through conversation. Well, so we call it education through conversation. We're going to be educating. We've got some real deep topics we're going to be coming up in our next few episodes that are going to be really, really insightful, engaging, and we need y'all's feedback on them too. All right, brothers, y'all good?
Yes, sir. As always, appreciate you.
Okay, brothers, y'all have a blessed day. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Peace.